we could vote for Donald Trump and get some faults and some good. Or now the alternative was what? It was to vote for Hillary Clinton. Okay, Barack Obama. Remember this now. This is his words, not mine. He wanted to bring 110,000 here from Syria, Afghanistan, whatever. We're talking about people who have a totally different culture, different religion, different everything than ours. The psychologist I interviewed on Fox News one day said every Muslim, given the Quran and what they worship, the Quran has 100 verses in it that says, kill the infidel wherever you find him. Well, that's Cal, that's me, that's Aaron, that's my wife. We're all infidels to them. At any rate, given that, then he said every Muslim has the potential of being a jihadist. Now, that's the chief psychologist talking, not me. But think about what he's saying. And then think about the opposition to Donald Trump, that being Barack Obama. He wanted to bring 110,000 over here, and Hillary Clinton wanted to multiply it times 550%. Do the math, folks. Get out your pencil and paper or your calculator. Calculate 110,000 times 550%. How many is that? And I'm not that good at math, but is that 60,500, no, 60,500,000? Or is it a merely 6,500,000? But it's a hell of a bunch of people is what it is, folks. And if all of them have a potential of being a terrorist, what are we doing to our country? If that was the alternative to Donald Trump, give me Donald Trump 100 times a day.
Yeah.
So, so those people who are picking at Donald Trump's wife's high heel shoes, that kind of stuff, go ahead and talk about it. I want to talk about the 110,000 plus 550% plus what are we doing to our country?
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption up there on the DC Hill, I call it, and it's starting to unravel right now with these things coming out. I wrote another name down here, Lisa Bloom.
Yeah.
She was just they caught her paying off some of these ladies that were making allegations against Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Why can't we see through that, Cal?
I don't know. I mean, one of them had their mortgage paid off, and another one, I forget what's what. But that's what I think. I mean, yeah, there are people in high places that are take advantage of women. Okay, they're in high places. They take advantage of women, and but then some of these things I think are these women are paid. I'd like to find out. Okay, what is going on in their life? Because
well,
40 years ago, 30 years ago, come on.
Well, and there are people. Go down to the chicken ranch in LaGrange and offer some of those ladies down there $1,000 to say that somebody raped them. See how many candidates you get. Yeah, we got another caller. Yes, caller, go ahead. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you get your voice back where you can talk. We got a lot to talk about, so get that voice straightened out so you can help us cuss the liberals and the progressives and all that kind of stuff. Not, don't assume that I would criticize the liberals and the conservatives or the progressives and the Communist Party and things like that. But I'd be tempted to criticize them just a little bit every now and then. like about every third once in a while.
Yeah, I think we'll know in about 6 weeks how the new tax bill plays out. Because they say the 1st of February, everyone should be seeing a little raise in their check. It won't do much for your income taxes this year because April 15th comes around, but next year I think it's going to really pay out.
But look at AT&T and Boeing Aircraft and all these people that are handing out $1,000 checks. Now I know $1,000 is not very much money to most of our listening audience, but it's a lot of money to me. You know, it's a lot of money to Cal. It's a lot of money to the average man on the street. Whether you're an employee for AT&T or whatever you are, $1,000 is $1,000. So if that's the result of this tax bill that Trump just got signed, it sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think it's going to help a lot of people out, and I know they worked hard on getting it together. Mitch McConnell and Ryan up there, they said they spent a lot of hours and got them to working together.
And not one single Democrat vote.
Yeah,
not one.
That's a shame. That's a shame because I know out of 48 Democrats, they all can't be thinking the same. But see, that's due to Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They're the ones that control the Democrats.
Who holds the power in the Democrat Party?
Probably Nancy Pelosi. She's worth more than Chuck Schumer.
Yeah, and if they have that much power, can they scare every Democrat, a representative or senator? Do they have the power to put the fear of God in every Democrat up there?
Well,
if they do, how'd that happen?
From them being there for so long. And they have something on them, pretty much all of them, maybe.
That's what I'm saying. You know, it's I question where that power came from, and I question the integrity of people that are. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, it's Tina. You
Yep.
asked where the power of the Democratic Party came from being united. Then united against the Republicans, united against the conservatives, united to keep their jobs, keep their paychecks. And the hot mess Republican Party can't seem to get anything together. They get united behind anybody.
Well, I do agree that the Republicans up there in leadership or whoever, they need to grow a little guts. They need to think about being a man's man. I don't know what, but for some reason, a lot of Republicans seem to be scared of their own shadow, and I don't understand that.
Well, I don't either. Rush said that they honestly believe this corruption thing with Russia and Trump up until this week, and then all of a sudden the light bulb went on. But it may not be true. So, but I would say the strength of the Democrats comes from them standing united against each other. They may have their own divisions, but when it comes to the things they're going to attack and target on, they all come together and get united. The Republican Party is weakened, and the reason we keep getting defeated is because we're not becoming united on it.
Well, but it also may, Tina, it may go back to basic freedom. Does the Republicans have the freedom to back Donald Trump or not back him? And do the Democrats have the freedom to help Donald Trump or not help him? Apparently, the Democrats do not have any freedom to do anything except what the Democrat leadership tells them to do. Is that freedom? You know, and I'm not trying to defend the Republicans because I think they ought to grow some guts. But having said that, at least they have the freedom to say yes or no, and the Democrats don't.
Well, I would like to say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I need to say Merry Christmas too. And if you wait on me to say Merry Holidays, well, you'll be waiting a while. I still believe in Christmas, and and Christ and things like that, and I still try to remember the meaning of Christmas. And and I don't back up from being a member of a Judeo-Christian society called America. If I think people that are ashamed of that, they don't like it. There are plenty of other countries you could move to uh, where you wouldn't have to hear Christians, Christian music and Christian tradition and Christian things like that. Get out of here. If you don't like it, move. If airplanes fly out here every day, you can get on one and take off. Uh, but I would rather see you move than I had to see you stay here and help destroy the country. They interviewed a young lady not too long ago that was an illegal immigrant from, I don't know where she was from, some other country. And she said she hated America. She just wanted to stay here long enough to change it. Well, if you hate America, what the hell are you doing living here? Why don't you leave? Uh, and maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. If you don't like living in Temple, Texas, move. If you don't like living in the ghetto in the Bronx, New York, stick your thumb in the air and hitchhike and go somewhere. But I don't understand people that don't try to change their situation that they don't like. Uh, anyway, I don't know how I got off onto that, but I'm just saying I like America just like it is, and I do not like those who want to change it to what? Barack Obama made the statement he wanted to fundamentally change America. He said that. That's his words, not mine. He wanted to fundamentally change America. I asked the question then, and I've asked it ever since. If you live in the freest, greatest country in the history of the world, what the hell are you going to change it to? Communism? If you like the way they live in North Korea, where everybody is equal, equally poor, equally starving, there's airplanes that leave here all the time. You can go down here to Houston International Airport and get on one and move yourself to North Korea, if that's what you'd like to do. But I like America just like it is.
North Korea just had another one of their guards run across the DMZ into South Korea, gave himself up. The funny thing about that is that they said the North Korean other guards were coming toward him, and the South Koreans shot weapons up in the air, warning. And then a few minutes later, they heard some gunshot in North Korea. And at first, I didn't realize. Then I thought about it. Oh my gosh, they probably shot them guards for letting that guy get away.
They may have.
Yeah,
They
that's
may.
the only reason why they would be shooting.
Yeah.
It didn't dawn on me until, about an hour or so later, I was thinking, and I said, wow, so the shots in North Korea, they probably just shot him.
But now, those that got shot for trying to help that guy, do you think they were given due process?
No.
Were they allowed a trial by a jury of their peers? Were they given the presumption of innocence? Look at all of these things that happened in North Korea, Cuba, right, 90 miles from our shore. Look at things that they don't have in those communist countries, whether it's Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, wherever it is. I'll never forget the story about our troops were somewhere, I think, in Afghanistan, and they were looking for somebody. And this little kid was down on the side of the road, and I said, "Do you know where Mohammed somebody lives?" And this little kid, I think he was 7 years old or something, he didn't say anything, he just pointed to a house. Because that little kid pointed to that house, they brought him up to the town council, whatever it was, and his father came in, and they had whatever it is they do over there. Anyway, the father of this little kid threw a rope over the rafter, tied it around this little kid's neck, and hung him.
Wow.
The father did that. Is that what we want to bring to this country? Give me a break. Yes, caller, go ahead. Good. I haven't heard that or seen that, but yeah. Well, we'll try to look that up, Jill. Uh,
You said by an executive order?
well, good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, that's different.
I need some other callers like her to call.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, you know, that's one of my pet peeves is, and I know I repeat myself a lot, but if you reward bad behavior, what in the cat hair do you expect to get more of? If Hillary Clinton had, and John Podesta, whoever it is, if they have committed criminal acts, etc., and got away with it and gained millions of dollars in the process, what do you expect other people to do? Well, now, Jill, hold the phone now. We're going to start charging for people to meet Cal. Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thank you for the call, Jill. I will echo her sentiments, but I've already met Cal. See, they can't charge me. I already know who he is. He's sitting right here. But he is a good addition to this show, and I really do appreciate him. And here you got me.
No, I was saying, what's going on? All these CEOs stepping down and money being frozen.
Well, I need to find out more about that because
I missed that. Oh, she said it wasn't on the news, though.
yeah, well,
You got
I don't know where she got it, but we need to,
YouTube.
yeah, we need to find out if that's true or not because boy, Donald Trump's gonna make some more enemies, and some of these people have a lot of power. I say all the time, uh, God bless America, God bless Donald Trump, and God protect Donald Trump. Uh, I think Aaron is telling me that we got to get off here for just a minute and let him do a commercial break. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, we went farm and
She said
raised
about
life.
36
This
hours
was
ago.
just a nice,
Yeah,
nice family that raised their kids to be
that's why I was
impressive,
going to take a
outstanding,
break. I didn't know if I
patriotic
could.
young adults.
You saw it?
Truly a
Well,
pleasure
she
to
said
have
Roy
a
Potter
intelligent
YouTube.
conversation with
So
an educated young person. That's their 19-year-old son out. Their family own and operate 2 feet.
Is that him? Roy Potter?
Okay, I know it's noisy in here, but I had some technical problems when I tried to upload this from another place. It was actually a Periscope I did a few minutes ago, and I was in another store. When I tried to upload the Periscope to YouTube, it just stopped working. So I'm having to do a live YouTube. You can kind of see where we're going with this. Real quick, because I know it's, hi everybody, I know it's coming up, holidays. And I'm out doing things. I wish it was holiday stuff I was doing, but I'm not. But that's another story. Hey, a real quick update. If you're paying attention, I had some information that's out now that Sessions is going after uranium one. Did you hear that? I had to make sure everybody knows. Like I said, I put it up on a Periscope a few minutes ago, and now I wanted to put it up here on YouTube so you guys would know as well. This is a big breakthrough. This shows that Sessions is ready to go. He wouldn't have made this announcement if he's not already in place to run on this. So everybody who said that Sessions was just waiting for the right time, they were right. Okay, I'm sorry, but I would rather kick our politicians in the butt when they don't deserve it than to not do it when they do deserve it. So regardless, it's looking real positive at this point. I understand he's also sending somebody to, I don't know this for sure, but I understand from another person on Twitter that Sessions is sending somebody to Nevada to look, I guess, who's a discovery expert, probably look into what his U.S. attorney there was doing. At least I would hope so. I hope he's not out there trying to hurt the Bundys anymore. They've had enough. So can you all hear me? Before I say this other thing, I want to make sure that you can hear me with all this background noise. Can you hear me okay? I just want to make sure that I can hear you, that you can hear me. Yes, okay. Now listen to this. I saw it on Twitter it's been about an hour ago now, but I ran into those technical problems being out and about. But I saw a post where a poster on Twitter said that the White House put out some information on an executive order. Well, I couldn't believe it, so I went to the White House website, and there it is. But it doesn't have an executive order yet, which I thought was a little strange. But this is really great. See, now Sessions is moving. Now listen to this. This is an executive order blocking property of persons involved in. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. In abuses of human rights and corruption. Go to the White House website and look at that, and you'll be able to see this. President Trump signed it yesterday. It took effect today. So we have the tax bill, and now we have this. Do you realize what this is? Remember, if you're looking at Q said that they were going to have some National Guard and some things were going to happen here. Well, they didn't. They happened in Saudi Arabia. But, as Q says, the past shows you the present. The future shows you the past. And the present shows you the past, right? All of that. Well, what happened in Saudi Arabia? They went after those corrupt billionaires, those people that had been stealing money and
what did you want me to come back with?
Bad sources or whatever they were doing, abusing it.
George Strait and Milk Cow Blues.
And the Crown Prince
kind of
shipped
lightened
them
up
for their money, right?
Yeah.
Some of them he got rid of, okay? And of course, all of the Talal is in a lot of trouble, right? Well, do you see what this is? This is the same thing now happening here in the United States. Trump is saying to everybody that's been involved in human trafficking, child abuse, child sex trafficking.
What was the name of the song?
All of those things.
George Strait singing Milk Cow Blues.
This is saying that all of their property is subject to confiscation. Do you see that? He's moving on them. He's moving on them, everybody. Do you see that? Merry Christmas. Do you see that? I'm sorry, this isn't as good as my Periscope upgrade or upload here a few minutes ago, but that's because I've had to run around and do a lot of things. But go check it's whitehouse.gov, and you'll scroll down, and you'll see the executive order. It does not have a number yet, which kind of concerned me, which is why I had to go make sure it was for real. But that's what this is. This is the same thing that the Saudis did to their corrupt politicians, and that was a mirror. That was a prophecy, I guess you could call it, about what Trump was going to do to people like Podesta, Clinton,
I hope it's true.
When you
everybody else.
you have that much money, you can get the finest people out there to help you. And this is, I said that from the beginning. Just like he won the election by getting the electoral votes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't win, and that's why. What is that? He flew. I think one day he flew 5 times or 4 times at least. From this place to campaign to this place to this, and paid his own money.
Yeah.
And had his own plane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we can cuss Donald Trump all we want to, but look at what he's doing.
you know what he's doing.
what
When you
they-
got that much money,
What they did in Saudi Arabia was it needed to be done. And
yeah.
see,
I mean,
I
people.
use this example too often, I guess, but the best gelding horse I ever had in my life, I bought from First Cow at Fort Hood. He was great. Boy, he was good. I can tell you stories about him, but he got loose one night, run into the barbed wire fence, cut himself. He couldn't even use his left leg, and he kept. I went up there about 10 o'clock at night. I went up there, and my cousin where he was, and he come trying to limp, trying to get up to me, and wanted to help, and I helped him. I shot him with a 30-30 right in the head. Yeah, I didn't like doing that, but it needed to be done. There are some things you do in this world because somebody needs to do it. And if that's what Donald Trump has just done,
He put him out of misery. That's right. You put him out of the horse. That's because you don't want to. You knew you couldn't fix him up.
Yeah.
No, it was tore up too much.
Yeah, it was not fixing it, and it was 10 o'clock at night. And like I say, I don't like doing that kind of thing, but when somebody needs to do it, I'll do it.
I knew when they got these guys together.
Hello.
And the FBI and they doing all that closed door stuff.
Oh, okay. I think we're fixing to go back on there. I think. Okay. Okay. Who might be in custody? Oh, man. Well, can I say that or should I wait?
So someday you'll own your own radio
Yeah.
station.
Well, I might mention it up and I'll say it's on YouTube. I hope it's right. Man, I hope it's
So
right.
you got your bachelor's in
I'll tell you what.
communication.
Thank you, Jill.
All in due time.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Jill called, said it's on YouTube that George Soros is in custody in Israel.
Who's George Soros? I'm trying to remember.
Jill said it was on YouTube. And I hate to repeat it on here without knowing it, but if that's true, boy, that is.
Wait a minute. Who is Soros?
Oh, he's the guy behind. He gave
The money.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
He's a multi-billionaire. He's
I'm
broke.
trying to put Israel. No, I thought he was here, but yeah, that's Soros. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they did.
He's in jail
I hope he is.
in Israel.
What she said, it's on. I don't know whether to repeat it. It's on YouTube, and I don't know how truthful it is.
So, do you want me to fade the music out and take this caller?
Yeah. Let me. Okay, that was Old George. Another one of them Texas songs came from Bob Wills many, many years ago. But now we got a caller that's going to get us back to some serious business. Yes, caller, go ahead. Well, I'm just doing tolerable well. There you go. But you got over it, didn't you? There you go. There you go. Well, you have a Merry Christmas out there, and you be careful. Don't get run over on that highway. There you go. You have a good Christmas out there. Thank you for the call. Okay, we're just there's some interesting stuff on YouTube right now, and I hate to repeat it because I can't document it or verify it, but if y'all can get YouTube, you might get on there and look up some connection between Israel and a fellow named George Soros. And I'm not going to say any more because I can't verify that. But for those of you who are interested, you might get on YouTube and look that up and see what's happened to poor old George Soros. I mean, he might need all of our sympathy. I don't know. He won't get mine, but somebody might. At any rate, we're back on the show, folks, with the Common Sense with Conn show. And two things I need to bring up. I need to bring up the fact that if you like this show and you want to keep listening to it, I need some more sponsors. So if you know a business out there that would like to sponsor this show, the phone number is 300-1885. That's 254-300-1885. We'd be happy to have a business or an individual or whoever that would like to sponsor this show. Just for information's sake, it takes $400 every Saturday for me to talk on this radio. So we're going to have a little money coming in, or else I'm going to have to go back to doing what I was doing. Well, I still do it anyway. I don't make a dime out of this show. In fact, it costs me money, but I do it because I think some people like it, and I'm sure there's probably some that don't, but that's okay. But I really feel a need to try to help inform people of what's going on in our country and inform people of the dangers that this country faces. Because there are many. We've got some enemies out there, and some of them live within the borders of the United States of America. And if we freedom-loving, liberty-loving Christian Americans, if we don't wake up, we're not going to be living in a free country. The enemies of this country they're getting stronger every day, and there's lots of them. So we better be praying for Donald Trump, praying for America, praying for Donald Trump, and praying for his success, because he stands between us and losing our freedom. And that's pretty serious to me. Now, those of you who all you ever want to watch on TV is a football game or Dances with the Stars or The Walking Dead or whatever else, go ahead on. But I kind of like to watch Fox News so I can figure out what's going on and try to help save the country. And Cal here is I think the same way. And there are those of us, and let me say this, there are really exceptional people coming forth out of the black communities. Cal sitting here is one of them. Burgess Owens, retired NFL football player. If you get a chance to listen to him, boy, he is dead on right. Good freedom-loving black American. Jason Riley wrote a book called Please Stop Helping Us. Good, patriotic, freedom-loving black American. Kevin Jackson, the CEO of the Black Sphere. Good man. They're just Larry Elders, as Cal referred to a while ago. Good man. Radio talk show host from California. He's a good black American. There are, I'm sure there's probably some good Hispanic Americans out there, but I can't call their names. I don't know who it is. I would like to see more people in that community stand up for freedom. So I am encouraged by some of the people in the black communities that are standing up. We just need more of them. Because, the vast majority of that group of people, they vote Democrat. They stand by Hillary Clinton or Obama, whoever it is. And I think some of that is just ignorance of the facts. They don't, and if a lot of people, they don't watch Fox News. They watch CNN or MSNBC or whatever else, and you'll never know the truth if that's who you're watching. But at any rate, suffice it to say, God bless Donald Trump and God bless Fox News.
Yeah, one thing about the news media, and I believe this is right, is that they don't have a license that can be pulled. If it's been shown in a Harvard study that the CNN, MSNBC, ABC, 90% of what they talked about had to do with Donald Trump was negative.
Yeah.
90% was negative.
And it's emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. I mean, we depend on our news media. to give us both sides and be unbiased about it. I mean, give the you'll see this on Fox when they have. I usually like to watch what is it, The Five, and they have them on there talking, and there's always what's his name? I forget now, but he defends the Democratic side, and then they have the others that defend the Republican side. And but when you listen to some of the other ones, CNN, ABC, MSNBC, it's always negative. You don't hear anything about the good parts of the tax program. I mean, the tax bill that was passed. You don't hear any of that. It's everything is negative and such. So, I mean, to me, I kind of wonder, you keep pumping that into someone, and pretty soon they just kind of lose hope out there.
Well, and is it, the power of suggestion is very, very real.
Right.
And the Russians used to call it perestroika or propaganda. If you put out negative propaganda over and over and over and over, somebody said once, if you tell a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. So is that what we're getting out of CNN, ABC, etc.?
I don't know what he's done that's so wrong. There was another thing in the news about on the TV where Ivanka Trump, some of the mothers pulled the children out of school. She went to visit a school or something, and they didn't want their children to be around her and took her out.
Why? Why are those parents victims of propaganda? Have they been brainwashed by the news media? I think Aaron is telling me that we have got to go to a commercial break.
You got 2 minutes till you.
No.
Yeah, you got like a couple minutes, but it's getting close to the end there.
We got 2 minutes till the end. You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Golly. Well,
It goes fast.
is that for the first hour you're talking about, or the?
This is about to be 2:00.
Oh my goodness! He's telling me that this show is just about over. My gracious sakes alive! What? Lord have mercy! What happened to that 2 hours?
What comes on after? Rush?
Yeah, Rush.
Nobody want to listen. So
Yeah.
we'll stay on.
Cal said, "Just forget about Rush. We're too busy telling you what you need to hear." So,
I don't get sued for that.
well, I guess all I can say is y'all stay tuned next Saturday, and we'll continue this mess. And I really do appreciate Cal being on the show today, and the comments that he brings, and the documentation that he brings. And I would say again, listen to YouTube and see what's happening over there in Israel. Well, I thank y'all for your good comments about the show, and I wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. And I would say just be careful out there on that highway. Don't get run over, because we need you listening back here next Saturday.
Sure. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. And like I say, if you find somebody who wants to sponsor this show, the number is 300-1885. And we'll be back next Saturday. Okay.
That's it. You know what? If this is true, what's going on? First thing came back, the best picture I like, and I saw the killing fields. The